Even though Triggered Reds post-match reaction to the game Liverpool have just lost to Southampton. If you're anything like me and you're seeing this lineup today, you're thinking, wonderful, fantastic. It's a lineup we've been looking for. It's more creative in the midfield. It's going to give the front three a real big chance of doing some damage against this Southampton team. I myself said 4-1, 4-2 at the start. I thought maybe we'd get a nice early goal and that'd be it. But what went wrong? Well, this is what went wrong. So we set up at the start of the game. Defence is set up to defend a very early set play. James Ward-Prowse, JWP, steps up to the ball, absolute specialist on set plays. The first mistake we make is Jordan Henderson gets too tight to in centre half to his centre forward. He's touched tight. He lets the centre forward pin him and he plays Danny Ings onside. First glances, it looks like he's the only one playing Ingsy onside. Movement from Ingsy's fantastic. The delivery from JWP, outstanding. And what does Softbollocks do, Trent? Tries to chest it, misses it, and then flails a soft, feeble right boot at the ball. Finish was outstanding. Can't doubt the finish. I do think Danny Ings would have been a success at Liverpool if he would have stayed fit, much like Diogo Jota was in the early weeks of the season. I think he was right on the money. I think Ings could have been a fantastic player for us. Accompanied with 38 losses of possession today, Trent, in my opinion, was to blame for the goal. Irregardless if the player was onside, offside or whatever, he had to deal with that incident. It was as simple as that. 38 times he lost the ball today. He got pulled off by Klopp for James Milner later on in the game. Pretty ineffective substitution, to be honest. I don't see the point in that. But Trent was really, really poor today. Now on this image here, we can see an incident where Trent's gone on the attack. He's given the ball away, and now Southampton have broke. One of 38 times the ball was given away, by the way. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, Robbo was up there when Trent was at the same point in the park when the ball was given away. There's Robbo there at the top of the screen, running back into his position. This is where Trent's position is, and this is the back four where we should be in a line. Now, we all know how Liverpool play. High line, fullbacks flying on, but you have to get back into the space when you've given the ball away. Now, in this area here, we've got our mate Trent in the little green box that I've highlighted there. He's ambling back. Now, I put the video in, but we'll get another video removed from the channel. Fucking YouTube, copyright, all that bollocks. You can see Trent just sitting off there, waiting for the play to unfold. Now, this came to a half chance for Southampton. It very easily could have been a goal. As a defensive player, you have to be back attacking that space. You cannot be ambling back when you've got a makeshift centre-half with Jordan Henderson sitting next to you and Fabinho, who aren't fast enough. The amount of sprints Henderson had to make from that position to there in the first half was ridiculous, and it was a theme right throughout the game. Credit to BBC for getting these stats up so handy, and not to just give Trent a load of abuse. He's obviously a young lad. He's obviously a world-class footballing fullback. But his determination and his desire to actually defend is shocking. Andy Robbo on the left-hand side does as much attacking as Trent, does more crossing than Trent, and has got more assists this season, obviously due to Trent's injury. But his desire to get back is a stark contrast. He runs as fast going back as he does going forward, and it's something that Trent's going to have to improve on. Now, if you look at the statistics of the game, there's so many statisticians out there that want to tell you this player is the best player in the world because of these stats, or he's not that good because he hasn't scored that many goals and hasn't had that many assists. Now, I'll just use Thiago as an example. Thiago's not going to have a lot of goals and assists for Liverpool. Pray to Jesus that he stays fit, but he's not going to have that many goals and assists. But I guarantee if he's fit, he'll be Liverpool's player of the season every year. And that's if you're a football fan and you understand how the game is played and how good a technical player he is. So I'm not one for statistics, but if you look at these stats here, obviously we dominated the ball, which we always do. 17 shots. Now I'm sat here thinking, where the fucking hell were them 17 shots? We did not have 17 shots to my recollection. And if we did, they were all blocked or they were all half chances. There was nothing clear. There was that one chance for Mane where it just scuffed along the floor. Andy Robbo had an opportunity just before or just after that chance when he should have shot, but he tried to square the shit house and they got a tackle in and defended the ball. 10 corners. I mean, we didn't look like we were going to score a goal from a corner today in a million years. You're playing against Fraser Forster. I think the fool's like 6'7". He's a giant in goal. So we weren't going to score from that play. And we spoke on the last analysis video about the incessant nature of getting the ball wide and getting into the box. And it was the same today. Just to give Trent a bit more shit, all he wanted to do was get the ball on the halfway line on the right side and thread a pass through. Like, come on, mate. Try and do something a bit different. Take on a man, cut it inside, play through the middle. Now, they actually got Shaqiri on a bit earlier today, but he seemed to be playing wide right and Mo seemed to be pushed more into the centre. It is a concerning time for Liverpool. Carragher's just said in his post-match talk then about where the goal's going to come from. Obviously, Jota's not fit. He's on the way back. To say that we've missed Jota is quite sad, really, because we have missed him a great deal. And we shouldn't really be missing a player that, you know, has come in to be a bit part. You've got players on the bench there like Origi, Minamino, Milner. What difference are they going to make, really? That team today was our best team we could put out. And it wasn't good enough at all. I'd rather have less of the ball and be more dynamic in my play than just pass it senselessly and try and get the ball out wide. Passing accuracy, 80%, it says on Sky. That's low for Liverpool, but considering Trent give it away 38 times, I'm not surprised. Villa next and then United, I think it is. We've gone from having the league in our hands to being in control, to doing what we do best and give other teams a chance and then, have to rely on other results to go our way. It hasn't gone our way the last three. We need to get back to what we were doing against Palace, which was play through the middle, play dynamic, one-touch, two-touch passing. It's been too slow and it's been too laboured and there's been far too much emphasis on getting the ball wide and getting into the box when all our strikers are dwarfs. If you've got any thoughts to add to this, and if you're in the Trent fan club and I've upset you, feel free to comment and give us a load of shit. But if not, add your own opinions.